Hello everybody. For today's video, I wanted to show off some Pokemon stuff for you. The PlayStation's pretty easy to record with, but I guess the Switch is not, so you're just on a tripod right now, not watching my screen. Since the release of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, I'm going to start this video off with Legends Arceus. I have, to be honest, can I even see how much? I think I can. Oh yeah, I have a whopping 614 hours into this game. Began February 12th of 2022 in the top corner. I don't know how well you can see that. Yeah, I have a lot of time into this game. And with the release of Scarlet and Violet, I will probably not be playing this anymore. So, just wanted to do a little video for this game and probably a few others. Just in sort of encapsulating them. Like I said, I probably won't touch this game again. I mean, just for me, I would think the fact I could just fly around and just go places and Pokemon were in the wild. Like, I mean, I don't, but if I wanted him, like, the fact I could just run up and throw a Pokeball at him is, I don't know, it was so much fun for me. For the Pokédex, I have it complete. As you can see, I have 99999 research points. Towards the top here, you'll see I started getting everybody 100% completed on their Pokédex, but like the evolutions here, each and every one of them I needed like 15 baby doll eyes, 70 agile moves, and then whatever their specialty move was 40 times. And it's things like that that really did me in, and I just didn't really want to play anymore. I got all the way down for perfect Pokédex entries, yeah, to Cherubi, and I'm going to have them sprinkled here and there, but I just sort of gave up after a while. Typically what I like to do is if there was a massive mass outbreak, just sort of go to that area and shiny hunt. This game was fun to have like a YouTube video playing in the background while I just ran around, and mainly, honestly, I started playing Minecraft at the end of the summer, but beginning of the summer, like June, some of July, all of May, I mainly played this game a lot. That was pretty much what I did every day. So I'm just going to show you sort of where things, I think I needed to evolve these guys, but that's probably not happening now. So this was my team. Obviously burning legendaries is, and then if you look at their movesets, I have, because of trying to get perfect Pokédex entries, I have one of every move set, or different types, as all their moves. So, this is just regular. I have one of all of the regular type of Pokemon, to include on unknowns. When you get here, you'll notice that I have 2 Arceuses, 2 Shamans, and 2 Darkrai's, and that is because, and you also notice all these legendaries down here. If you look at like this Darkrai, how it has a capital D for Dylan under original partner, and then this one has a lowercase. I literally love this game so much that I made a second account, played it all the way through till I got Arceus, and then I stopped and just transferred them over to this one. So that's why I have 2 of every legendary, to include Arceus. In my opinion, this game was just absolutely revolutionary. I loved it so much, and I mean, a lot of people seem to love it, but I know the game has some haters, and I just do not see why. And just the fact that you just go out there freely. I can catch Pokemon through battle or just by throwing a Pokeball at it. I can stun it, smoke bomb it. I think it's so cool to fly around and just do things. So I really like this game. This is all the, like I said, the extra legendaries. 242 Darkrai, where the Pokédex ends. That's just a Ninetales I have. Because you only get one through one of the quests. And then this was the Pikachu I got for connecting to Pokemon Home. So, and then these are just the extra legendaries. Now, over here, you'll notice in the top right corner, there's a little red, I don't even know what it is, but face-looking thing. This means that all these Pokemon are alphas. So I almost have a complete alpha Pokédex. I'm missing, I think this is Burmy, all the Burmy. I got Cherim, but I never got Cherubi. I got all these guys, alphas. Missing Togepi, and then I got Porygon Z alpha. I never got Porygon 2 and Porygon. You'll notice the unknowns, I got a lot of them alpha'd, but I am missing a few. P, Q, and Y I'm missing. Did not get Mantike. So, like I said, I mainly was playing this going for alphas and shinies, so the fact that like here I have Magnezone, but I never found Magnemite because of the just regular outbreaks, or the space distortions. Here I have a good amount of missing ones, so the fact that I never found them, at least for me, is crazy. I think Lucario stops, and then these are legendaries, but there is no alpha legendaries in the game. So now I'm on to my shiny Pokédex, and I mean, what a Pokédex, honestly. I've never had this kind of luck with any other game. I mean, if I sat down on like one of my off days and played for, let's say I played 8 hours in a row, I mean, I'd get a decent amount of shinies. So these are the shinies from the first page of the Pokédex that I got. Here's the second page, and I mean, it's honestly incredible that there's this many shinies. I wanted to play to the point that I got a complete shiny living dex, but I mean, what you're seeing here is the accumulation of 600 hours, and it's not really feasible. So here's like I said, here's some of my shinies. I did get 2 shiny unknowns. Got a lot from this page. And then Lucario ends, and then that's the shiny legendaries, which were never introduced. This is a page of extra shinies, and so is this page. And not to toot my own horn or anything, I had to move, and that's why I have that Pikachu from Pokemon Home. I had to move probably 3 pages worth, a full page of this, worth of shinies to Pokemon Home, because I ran out of room. I mean, that's just how many shinies I was getting from the game. By far, I have so many Shinx shinies, it's not even funny. And then here's just even more extra shinies. Now down here, these 6 are my shiny alphas. These are the only 6 shiny alphas I ever encountered. Rapidash. I think he was just in the wild. I don't remember where I got him exactly. Mass Outbreaks, I think. And he was just one of those in the wild spawns. Yeah, these two have a alpha spawn, and it was just lucky enough that I got it shiny. So those are my alpha shinies. They're really cool. And that is all of my Pokemon. Like I said, I had to move a whole mess to over to Pokemon Home. Just, I don't know, the fact that I can just do all this, I can fly around, I don't know, it was so much fun. It was a lot of fun to me. So, I'm going to leave it off there, and the next game I'm going to show you is Pokemon Go, and I'll talk a little bit about that in just a moment. Alrighty guys, so this is just a screen recording from my phone. I was just going to show you real quick my Pokemon Go, sort of where I'm at. So as you can see by the start date, I started July 9th, 2016, which, if I remember correctly, was 2 or 3 days after the game launched. And this game right here really, really, really brought me into Pokemon. I've mentioned it before, but I'll say it again. I very, very, very rarely played the original games. I play it off of like a friend's Game Boy. I collected a few Pokemon packs here and there, but I was never really into it. One of my friends at the time, we went out to dinner one night on the 9th, and he said, he's like, just download it. We're all playing it. And ever since then, it's been I said, all right, I'll give it a chance. What's the worst that could happen? And here I am, 6 years later, Pokemon-aholic, I guess. So, like I said, I started playing a few days after launch, and I've been playing pretty consistently ever since. In the summertime, when I can actually physically go out and play the game, is when I'm really into it the most. When it's nice and warm out, I can walk up and down the road or go somewhere and play. In these winter months, typically I don't play that much. I just play for like the community days, or log in for my daily bonuses or whatever, but I don't play a whole lot. That's why, even though I've been playing pretty much since day one, I'm only on level 40. Like I said, it's just, I played since day one, but I'm not like I don't even know what the word I'm looking for is. I'm not a complete nut for the game. I enjoy it, but I have my limits. And there's some medals I have. Played both of the last Go Tours, Go Tour Kanto and Go Tour Johto. Go Fest, Verizon Weekend, and then that was the first Go Fest. So the Go Tours and the Go Fests, I play those a lot. That's sort of where my medals are at. Nothing big. I'll show you, my Pokédex. I have caught 747. I don't know at the time of this recording what the full number I could have is, but I feel like I'm decently close. Of course, nothing's going to render in. I'll go through the Pokemon themselves. The oldest Pokemon I have, still 6 years later, is my Dragonite. Caught him 9/3 of 2016. and I don't know if screen recording while trying to run Pokemon is killing it or what. My Pokemon, there's a lot of memories I have with them, and it's sort of one of the fun things about this game. This is a Snorlax, if he ever loads. And at the time, Gen 1 was the only generation, so, trying to catch them all was feasible. And anytime I would go down to the beach, in this case, Rehoboth Beach, typically, I live in like a rural area, so there's hardly ever any Pokemon back then. So when I went to the beach, there'd be tons of crazy Pokemon I've never caught before. I didn't even catch a Pikachu until we went down there for this Labor Day weekend. And there was one night we went out to dinner, and there was this Snorlax and a Lapras nearby. I had not caught either of those, and at the time they were both very coveted Pokemon, honestly. And while my family sat down to eat dinner, we just arrived, just got the table. I was running around the parking lot, the road, the sidewalks, and I did catch both of them. I kept this one because he's okay. I could always eventually power him up even more, but I did get rid of the Lapras, and I wish I didn't, but, just looking back at these old, it was probably end of 2016, I don't know, like 2017, it's fun. And then you can even see like the location. So I got him when I was in college down in Salisbury University. So it's fun, like seeing the places and whatnot when you caught these Pokemon. Numerically, I'll just kind of, what the heck? I'll do shinies because I think that's all people really care about. Got all of the. I still have not gotten any Squirtles. Some cool ones, shiny Pidgey, because he doesn't even appear in the wild hardly anymore. There's a funny story behind him. During Go Fest, we went out to a local area to play Pokemon Go, and he was with the little flowers on his head was the costume Pikachu for the time, and there was a I think it was a LGBTQ pride event going on in there's only really one good place to play around me to play Pokemon Go, and at the same time they were having this pride event, so I thought it was fitting to name him Pride because that's the day I got him, was at the pride event. I played the Sandshrew day, so I got all the Sandshrews. Typically, you'll see Nidorino, I traded. I don't really trade. Almost out of 245 shinies, probably 240 of those I actually caught myself. Like I said, I want to catch them myself. I don't want to sit there and, so typically like this Nidorino, or Nidorina, I had one, a friend had it, so we traded it lucky. That's typically what happens. I have never traded for a shiny I don't have. That's just me and how I like to operate. Ponyta, that's a really cool one. So I got Hitmonlee and Hitmonchan. I've never gotten a Tangela until Go Fest. Over this last summer. Got Gyarados, Ditto. As you can see, I haven't sorted them or anything, but the shiny Dratinis, he's another one I've been playing since day one, and I've never gotten until this last Go Fest, or this last Community Day. He's eluded me this whole time. There's several others like that. Got Shiny Mew Challenge. Got a few of the starters during Go Fest. That was Go toward Johto. So this guy, Shiny Unknown, I got him during GoFest. GoFest for me was, the second day was very nice. And there's a story behind Bandit. My friend named him that. Basically, we all like to typically, when it comes to the actual, the TCG, we like to open up and collect the cards. We don't play it or anything, but we just like to collect. It was Chilling Rain. Me, my brother, and our mutual friend got booster boxes, and we all, we went outside, sat around the table, and opened them up together. Typically, we just do one person opens a pack at a time around the table, and so forth. And it started, I'm known as the Bandit, because the very first pack of Chilling Rain that I ever opened had the Galarian Moltres alternate art, which at the time of opening was like $200. It was the most expensive at the time of opening. And they all called me a bandit. Like, oh my gosh, he's a bandit. And that's been my nickname ever since. To include, even now, I just opened up Silver Tempest, and about halfway through the box I pulled the nice alternate art Shadow Lugia, which at the time was like $300. So, typically when it comes to the TCG, I get very, very lucky. I also just recently opened the Charizard Premium Collection box, and I got the Rainbow Rare Fat Pikachu, which is still worth like over $100. I'm pretty good with the TCG. So they all call me a bandit. And I didn't have any shiny Unowns. He didn't have any. And so this was the first day of GoFest. We both got kind of screwed, and on the walk back to my car, I found this guy. So it was a really uneventful first day. I think we got like 2 or 3 shinies a person, and this was my last shiny for that day. So he called it a bandit because just sort of that's my nickname. Just did the Teddy Ursa Community Day. Tree Gecko, I think that's a really cool shiny. I just found him in the wild. Flygon, that's another one. We both had one, so we both had shiny Trapinch, and I just went ahead and evolved him, and then we traded him. I did Castform. I think there was an event that day. I got shiny Glasses Absol. I thought he was really cool. See, like him, Chimchar, and I have Monferno. Like, they're really cool right now because they've never had a community day. But obviously, when one comes out, it's going to completely destroy their value. But, like I said, I don't really trade them or anything. I like to collect. I think all 3 of those starters had their community days. Just did Litwick's community day like last month or so. And I guess that's where it ends. I do have shiny Sylveon. I think he had a EV community day. Was I in Maryland? Was I? I guess I was. Yeah, I guess I was. Yungo's Rockruff, he's a cool one. I got him in a raid. And then we traded our shiny Ursalunas. Because once I get him all the way up, he'll be a powerhouse. We'll just finish him before I got a lot of Teddy Ursa XL candies too. But I won't use any of those now. That's the shinies. I have no shiny legendaries, and I've done a decent amount of legendary raids. Within the last year or 2, I got there's a internet website that lets you get on there so you can do any raid you want. across the world. Just kind of become friends with them, and they'll invite you. I didn't really do that for the longest time, so I'm kind of behind on legendaries. I got the original, the Shadow Birds, I think. A couple Mewtwo's. I did get both the, the Apex Lugia and the Apex Ho-Oh. I really don't, I have one of each of the legendaries, but I don't really have, that many. I think the last one is mythical, if I could spell it. I got Shiny Mew, Shiny Celebi, got all the Deoxys forms. And I think he was I caught him back in 2018, back when they had EX raids. Darkrai, Shaman, Victini. That's sort of where we're at. He was my favorite. I think Cosmic Companion's the only one I still need to work on. I've done all my quests and everything, but that's just sort of a little peek into my Pokemon. Like I said, when I go back and look at these, they all sort of have value, like sentimental value and everything. I mean, even the Blastoise that I have, I caught him back when I was still at college 5 years ago. So, I don't know, there's all the Pikachu variants. I don't know, they tell a story where I was, sort of when each generation dropped, and it's cool. Obviously Gen 2 just dropped around then, 2017. You sort of see time pass. Trying to see this feel. It's the end of 2017. Early 2018, so Gen 3 must have dropped. I don't know, it's cool to look back. Here I was driving around with a friend. We stopped at an Olive Garden in Easton, and I caught him. It's crazy to me that I can remember 4 years ago where I was when I caught this shiny. I think that's the fun of it, and that's what I really enjoy about it. Where I was, what I was doing. Of course, I don't have a shiny Togepi in Legends Arceus. It's fun. A lot of people, I try to get my brother into it, but he doesn't want to seem to have anything to do with it. Do it this way, I guess. I think it was him. Pennsylvania, yeah. This guy, we were coming back from, one of my friends does dirt bikes racing, and we were coming back from a dirt bike race, and I caught him. I remember where I was, what I was doing, and it's a lot of fun. It really is. So like I said, there's a list of all my shinies, to include my most recent from the community days, but I think I'll leave you guys there. I've pretty much taken all my Pokemon from all my other games and put them onto Pokemon Home. I could show you that too if you'd like, but Arceus and Pokemon Go have been my two biggest games recently. But Pokemon Go has just been always my biggest game. Pokemon, I played I played Sun and Moon and Sword and Shield a lot too, but not nearly as much as Arceus and Pokemon Go. If there's any other gaming content you want to see, let me know. And I guess I'll leave you guys there for the day. Let me know what else you want to say. And I'll see you next time. Peace.